¿Se ve bien? ¿O se nota las cositas?
Sí, se ve bien.
Sí, pero no se nota esta cosa debajo.
Oh,
¿O
¿verdad?
se nota
¿No? Se ve solo el telón. Está perfecto.
¿Se ve solo el telón?
Sí.
Ok.
So, who starts, Esteban?
I'm reading here, and you should start.
Yeah.
I'm just following the program.
Okay. And so, good morning to everyone. I am Jonathan Buenamilla, and with my partner Esteban Donoso, we will be panelists on this day. It is a pleasure for us to welcome you to our fourth webinar talk of the second Ion Jacana seminar cycle. We want to know where you are seeing us. Please tell us in the chat, where are you from? We appreciate your participation today. So, we have 5 spectators at now.
Mm-hmm. Chat. Give us a hi, please.
Okay, we will continue for the time. Esteban, please.
Yes. Sorry. Okay, thank you for being here. This cycle are inspired by the top 4 topics we will address at the upcoming International Student Conference, IONS Jacana, to be held next year, hopefully, in Chile. So keep an eye out for the registration process. The link of the official conference webpage will be sent at the end of the webinar. Now, what are these topics? These topics are biophysics, environment, astronomy, and quantum applied in optics. And we also have professional development topics, which will be the mostly of them discussed in the talk, in addition to the previous talk. Finally, we are starting our talk titled "My Journey as a Woman in STEM," and will be presented by Ms. Preeti Jagadar.
Okay. Preeti pursues bachelor's and master's in electronics and telecommunication engineering from the Don Bosco College of Engineering and the Goa Engineering College, respectively. She serves as a faculty at the Institute of Shipbuilding Technology and is presently a PhD scholar and teaching assistant in the Electronics and Communication Engineering Department of the National Institute of Technology, Goa, India. Presently, Preeti is designing a novel medical model for the contactless monitoring of human respiration using infrared thermography and artificial intelligence. Preeti was recognized as the gem of Goa by the Prime Media Goa for their contribution in the fields of science. Her research and achievements were appreciated by the Goa State Legal Service Authority on the occasion of the International Day of Women in Science. She was recognized as the Inspiration for Aspiration by the Directorate of Women and Child Development, Government of Goa, India, for being a successful woman scientist who has brought laurels to the country. On the occasion of the Woman in History Month, she was featured by the International Society of Optics and Photonics, USA, as a woman who is creating history in field of STEM. Puri has delivered talks to thousands of students around the world. She was invited as a keynote speaker by the University of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and Florida International University, USA, to share her journey as a woman in STEM. She served as a panelist for the event Women in Photonics and STEM, hosted by the International Society of Optics and Photonics chapter of the Friedrich Alexander University in Germany. Preeti actually is the vice president of the SPI Goa chapter, and her chapter was awarded the prestigious Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Grant from SPI USA and 2020. You should know that Preeti is in Goa, India. So good evening to you, Preeti. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Good morning to all of y'all. Because it's morning, right?
Yes, morning.
Yes, almost afternoon now in some time. So, should I start?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
thank you, Jonathan, for this wonderful introduction. And I feel so privileged and honored to be spending my evening with you all. So, the topic is my journey as a woman in STEM. So, I have uh, divided this talk into many parts because I want to tell the best of everything to y'all. I just want y'all to take something with you all after attending this talk. So, as Jonathan already mentioned, that I was featured as SPI Women in Optics 2021, and it was a very overwhelming and big thing for me. So I felt that okay, I should share this experience with others and especially women in STEM so that even they get inspired and they get to know that okay, what was my journey, and it was not an extraordinary journey. So like people might think, oh, SPI Women in Optics, maybe she must have done something great. Okay, so it's like I come from a very simple background, and my journey is also like, it is, okay, I'll share it with you all so you all will understand. So I want to share my journey with you all so that even you all get inspired, especially if there are women attending, then even they can try for SPI Women in Optics next year. So of course, this talk is for the boys as well. And I have so for the what I feel that the two most important factors that have built my profile is one, the various outreach activities that I have conducted along with my chapter. As he mentioned, that my chapter got Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion grant from SPI USA. And trust me, we had to organize events under equity, diversity, and inclusion. And deciding those events literally required brainstorming because there were many challenges. So, as I start telling my talk, I will share what were the events that we did, why we chose those events, what were the impact of those events, and how did the community react to it. And so, this is one important thing. because Optical Society of America, now it is known as Optica, and SPI, these two chapters, they believe that, okay, we should be good researchers, but we should be good humans as well. And that is the reason why they give so many fundings and all for outreach activities. So that is their aim, that we should not only be good researchers, we should be good humans as well. So this was one factor, the various outreach activities and all conducted by me and my chapter. And second is my achievements in research. So the key points, the key incidents that shaped my life and built my profile, I'll be sharing with you all. So I'll tell one small incident of my childhood. I'll share it with you all. You all might think that why I'm sharing this incident of when I was a child, but I will tell you why I'm sharing this incident with you all. So what happened is, when I was a small kid, there was a fancy dress competition in my school, and I wanted to become Miss Universe in that competition. And I was not a very, good looking child. I was, you can say, ugly. So some of my friends, they asked me that tomorrow is fancy dress competition, and what, are you participating? I'm like, yes, I'm participating. So they asked me, so okay, so what part are you going to play, meaning what are you going to become for fancy dress? And I'm like, I'm going to become Miss Universe. So what happened is, that time my friends started laughing on me. They're like, what, you'll become Miss Universe? Like, literally, they laughed at me. I was a small kid. It really affected me, and I lost my self confidence. I went crying to my mother at home, and I told her that, see, I'm not attending tomorrow's competition, and I'm not going to become Miss Universe also. My mom, she really felt bad, and she asked, what happened? Why are you saying such things? I told her the entire incident, that see what they are saying, that I'm ugly and they're laughing on me. I also know. So I can't be Miss Universe. And that is the time my mother told me one thing that I have always remembered since then. She said that the only permanent thing and the thing that really matters is your self-confidence. Beauty and all, everything is temporary. It fades with time. If you have self-confidence, if you have that confidence in yourself, then trust me, nothing can stop you. She said, you trust me. And I was a small child. It boosted my self confidence. I just trusted her blindly. I went, I attended that competition, and I won the first prize. And the same people who laughed at me, they came and apologized to me. So that incident, it proved as a turning point. When I was a very small kid, it proved as a turning point. And since that time, I'm never bothered about my looks, or even if I'm anywhere, like I do not have the stage fright or anything, because I know that you should have confidence in yourself. Why I'm sharing this incident with y'all is because maybe some of y'all might be having some thoughts, like y'all might be thinking, I'm not good in this, I might not be good in that. I just want all of y'all to accept yourself the way y'all are, love yourself the way y'all are, be confident in your own skin, and that is the first step towards success. If you are not confident on yourself, then you will never climb the step of success. Learn to accept yourself, love yourself, and be confident of yourself and accept yourself. So this is the first step towards success, and I climbed that step when I was a small child. Then second thing that I this is the second experience that I'll be sharing with you all. Second experience is, just after I finished my Master of Engineering, I was very much interested in doing a teaching job. So I stay in Goa, so I wanted a teaching job in Goa. And there was a very good job, and I went for the interview, and there were just 6 positions open. 6 vacancies were there for that job, and about 100 candidates were there applying for that job, and most of them were much experienced than me. Some of them were my own teachers. It was a teaching job, so some of them were my seniors, some of them were well experienced. You know what my friends told me? They were like, see, just 6 positions are there. There are almost 100 applicants, and there are much well experienced people than us. I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm telling you, some of my friends, without even answering the interview, they went home. So I was like thinking, what should I do? What should I do? I thought, no, I will answer the interview. Then I had gone for that interview at 9 a.m. in the morning till 4:30 4:30 in the evening. I was waiting outside the interview room. My turn didn't come because the applicants were so many. They were just entering, giving the interview. They were coming out. So till 4:30, I was outside. And then I was losing, I was like thinking, what should I do? Should I go? What will happen? But then I started saying one thing to myself. I just said one thing to myself. Forget all the reasons why you feel this won't work. But remember just one reason why you feel you will get this job. Just don't focus on all those reasons why you may not get this job. Focus on that one reason why you feel you deserve this job and you will get this job. This is what I kept saying to myself. And then I only answered to myself that that one reason why I feel I will get this job is I have always worked honestly. I have whatever I have done in my career, I have given my heart and soul. I have done my best. I have worked honestly. I deserve this. So with that confidence, I entered. It was, I think they interviewed me for around 10-15 minutes. And then I came. Then 1 month, the results were not out. And then just after 1 month, I got a call from those people and I had got the job. They told me that I got this job. So that second thing, it showed me that you all might feel that okay, the situation around us is challenging, the competition is vast, there are much better people than me. You might feel there may be such occasions where you will feel that there are people much better than me. Why will I get? So why are you wasting time focusing on those things? Like why are you wasting time thinking about the reasons why you might not get a certain thing? Instead, spend your time thinking why you will get this thing and it will work in your favor. So these two things are my personal experience, which I'm sharing with you all because I really want you all to do good in life. So I feel that these two incidents, the way they acted in a positive way in my life, and always I follow this even now. I try to avoid all the reasons why a particular thing might not work. I always focus on the positive side. I try my level best to do that. So these are the two things. And then now comes the equity, diversity, and inclusion part. So I always felt that okay, equity, diversity, and inclusion, is it really needed? I was, to be honest, I was never serious about it. Like I come from a very modern city, and here, I will tell you, from where I am born and brought up, Goa, or even for that matter, where I'm staying, it's like it's very like we get good treatment, girls, boys, equal treatment. Like I never faced any gender discrimination or something. I have read like the meaning, I know that maybe there are some places somewhere and all where there are such issues existing. Yes, there are such issues prevalent of discrimination and all, but I meaning I'm talking about myself. On a personal note, I had never faced it, so I never took it seriously. Then what happened is after I got this teaching job, I joined this teaching job. And then what I saw is the class in which I was teaching. There, I think some 40 students were there. Out of that, 38 were boys. I was teaching in electronics and communication engineering department, and there were out of 40, 38 were boys and 2 were girls. Then I started thinking that okay, see, over here the institutes and universities, they give admission based on your merit. Okay, so if you score well, you get admission. So it's as simple as that. But still I'm like, this is a bit this that okay, just two are girls. So that is the time when I noticed this difference. Then once what happened, I went to give a talk. in a school. It was in a rural area and not where I stay. I stay in a modern city, but I went in a rural area. I love going to rural areas, sharing my experiences with the children. I love interacting with children. So I think that was the one of the main reason why I joined SPI, because I got an opportunity to conduct many outreach activities. So I went to give a talk to the rural area, and there were many girls, and I was just interacting with them, and I asked them that what is their aim in life, what do they want to become, and then that was before the talk. Then they are they don't want to do anything, they just want to get married and sit at home. They were not ambitious, they didn't even want to study higher. Boys at least wanted to do something. So I felt that maybe it's the upbringing. This is what I felt, that maybe the upbringing is such that even if the facilities are being provided, their thinking has become such that they don't want to study further. Then this was the second incident that I got a little serious about it. And then what happened is, after some months, I left the job because I realized that side by side I was doing research, and then I realized that if I pursue PhD, then I have better prospects in the field of research, and I'm very much interested in research as well. So I felt that okay, I will pursue PhD. Then I left that job and I took admission in PhD. And there, the biggest shocking thing is, I went in my lab, in my research lab. I was the only girl. I'm the only girl, all boys. And that time I was like, okay, now see, it's like opportunities are given, but still it's like I'm the only girl over there, just two girls were there, their girls don't want to study. Then this is the time when I started thinking, and then I started reading articles, and I had just jotted down. I felt I should read this out to you all. I read one article which stated that according to the United Nations, only 14% Indian women are researchers, and the global average is just 28.4%. So global average, just 28.4% researchers are women. And that is the time I felt that, okay, equity, diversity, inclusion, really important. So, one more article I read, according to the World Economic Forum Gender Gap Report. What the World Economic Forum Gender Gap Report states is that totally 257 years will be required to eliminate the prevailing gender gap at a global level. 257 years will be required to eliminate the prevailing gender gap report at a global level. So I felt that a society can never progress if only a part of it is progressing. If a society has to progress, part of it only should not progress. Everybody should progress, right? So I also felt that, okay, if I have come across this problem and if I don't do anything, I'm not saying that I'm doing something great. Whatever I'm doing is just a baby step. Whatever I can do from my side, I'm doing. Why I'm giving, why I want to give these talks and all, because I want to reach out to these chapter members. Because see, I am vice president of the SPI student chapter Goa. I interact with y'all. Now y'all are OSA chapter or Optica chapter of your university, Santiago. So if I share my thoughts with y'all, then y'all are a team. Y'all can think in that way, and it's like I'm just giving an idea. Even the attendees, I'm just telling my experience, so that it's like a gentle nudge in that direction, because I know each one of y'all have an amazing way of thinking and planning out things. So if you all get to know that, okay, such things are there, so you all will also plan out things like how my chapter conducted EDI activities. Even y'all will get an idea. So tomorrow y'all might give talk somewhere else, y'all might reach more people. So in this way also it is beneficial. So uh, so from that time onwards, I was very much determined that, okay, from my side, at least a small baby step I can do. So because I told you what was my experience. And the best part is, I will tell you, I don't know what it is in other regions. Like in my region, I'll tell you, at least the thing is and in fact now now recently I was just going through scholarships for women. Like now the country from where I am coming, India, there now the science, the science department of science and technology, they have started, the Indian government, they have started many scholarships to encourage women scientists. like uh, Many different opportunities are available, and also there are opportunities available like if you are a women scientist. Like now I'm a PhD student. Like there are cases in which what happens is a girl studies PhD, then she gets married, and then there's a career gap, like if she gets a kid, career gap. And then when she wants to get back to the job, like she again wants to pursue a career, then after that gap, then sometimes they do not get jobs, because like you all know that in resume we should not show a career gap. So for such people also many opportunities they have started, so it's a very good thing. So I will tell you from my chapter what all we did. So first, when I came up across all this situation, I didn't even know what to do, because that time I didn't know about SPIE and all. So what happened once is, like how I got to know about SPIE is, there was one biophotonics meet at University of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and I got to know about it. And they were just supposed to select 50 researchers in optics, no, 50, yeah, 50 researchers in optics and photonics field from all around the world. Just 50 they were supposed to select, and it was organized by the OSA, SPI chapter of University of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and also funding was given by FAPESP, which is a Brazilian research foundation. So they were supposed to sponsor everything, like for those 50 scientists, all the travel grant and everything, like all, it was a fully sponsored conference. Trust me, it was an amazing one. So before that, I did not know anything about these chapters and all. I was like completely unaware. Then I just got to know about this through some friend. I got to know, I applied, I had submitted my research, and I got selected out of those 50 people. And that's when I went to Brazil, and there I met researchers from optics and photonics field, and it was an amazing experience. So from that experience I want to tell you all that if there are any talks, guest lectures, webinars, workshops, conferences, attend. This one thing, take it seriously, attend. And I'll tell you, COVID, it's like initially what had happened, all the conferences and all were physical. Like we had to attend it, we had to go and attend. Now because of COVID, we have started Zoom, Google Meet. Now see, everything has gone virtual. So it's like now even the boundaries are not a limit. It's like we can now see, I'm sitting in India, y'all are sitting in Santiago, and y'all are listening to my talk. So because of COVID, if you see, what has worked in our favor is we have started looking for options by which we can get connected, and now the boundaries are no more stopping us. So now I'll tell you, after COVID started, I did 4 international conferences, and I also gave 4 international talks. So I'm telling you that before I attended the Brazil talk, I had never gone abroad. I used to never attend the conferences and all. I used to feel, no, it's waste of time. That was my mentality. I used to feel, why to attend? I get bored. But after I attended the Brazil talk, I realized how important networking is. It's like even if you manage to make 5 friends, through those 5 friends, you get to know about so many opportunities. Like, see, you will get connected to those 5 friends on LinkedIn. They will like somebody's post about some conference in Brazil, some conference in USA. If they like, automatically you can see it. So that is how your connections keep increasing. You all can stay in touch, and conferences, workshops, webinars, these are all amazing, amazing platforms for networking. Even for job, it is very useful. Like I know of so many people, they had met during a conference, and then one person ended up working in the lab of the other person. So one advice that I would like to give you all is, networking is very important if you want to have a good career. So yeah, so why I spoke about Brazil is because that is when I got to know about SPI and OSA. And it was a 15 days conference, and I learned many things about optics, photonics. And then I started seeing this SPI and OSA, is it only in Brazil? And then I asked my friends, like whom I made in Brazil. Then they are like, no, there are chapters and all. So I'm a PhD student, no? So usually what we do, we just sit in our lab and do research. We do not communicate much. Like we are so engrossed in our research, we do not even know what's happening around us. So what happened is I started checking SPI chapters in India. There was an SPI chapter in my own institute. I got so happy. I'm like, okay, there is a chapter in my own institute. And then the first thing that I did after coming from Brazil is I became a SPI member, and then I interacted with the SPI committee members, and they told me what SPI is and all. And that is the time I realized I was unaware of this, and I was losing out so many good things. And so I got to know properly about optics, photonics, SPI, OSA when I joined PhD. I didn't want the younger generation to face all these things, so I decided that I'll take outreach activities very seriously. And then our chapter started conducting outreach activities, and then I understood that okay, I was always thinking about this equity, diversity, inclusion, and I was going through SPI website, and I realized that okay, even OSA, we do not have an OSA chapter in our institute. That's why I'm saying SPI because there's an SPI chapter in my institute. But as far as I know, OSA and SPI both have, they give a lot of importance to equity, diversity, and inclusion. So that is the time. And then there was one cycle wherein we could apply. Okay, so if you all don't know, SPI has that equity, diversity, inclusion grant. You all have to apply for it. You all will get the details on SPI website. Go and check it. And we won. We got some, I don't know, I think $500, some grant. My chapter got awarded. I'm not sure about the price, but I think that is the amount. So, and then after that, I was very happy that okay, something my chapter and I can do for equity, diversity, and inclusion. And then there are various activities that we conducted. Like I will not go too much in detail, but I will just tell you what were the activities and why we chose those activities, so that if y'all want to conduct, if y'all like any of these, please do conduct it. I will also tell y'all how was the response. So uh, mm, first, first we started with a very simple competition, was essay writing competition. That time only COVID had started. So what we did is we created an SPI FB page, like how even you all have Instagram and FB page. So even we created SPI FB page of NIT Goa, and we started promoting all the events on our FB page. And the first was essay contest. Essay contest is the topic was my favorite. What was the equity, diversity, and inclusion in STEM, the need of the hour. So what people had to do is they just had to write their opinion. Why this? I'll tell you. Essay writing competition is because we wanted, and the most important is this: all these events were open for all the community people as well, not only for the institute people, and not only from India. They were open for everybody, like from anywhere. So what was the reason is we wanted people to start thinking in that direction. Like now, if I tell you, okay, I'll give you all 2 minutes, just write about equity, diversity, and inclusion, 3 points. What will happen? automatically you all will start thinking in that direction. You all will write down, you all will, it will get fed in your head. So that is the main reason we wanted people to think in that direction. And it was the first competition, but we got an overwhelming response, and the essays were too good. Trust me, like everybody had so much different to offer. Like we were a group of panelists reading the essays. Everybody had, like at the end they had to tell what is the solution, like we as a community, what can we do to encourage it. So many beautiful points they had mentioned, so I was really happy. So this is a very good competition. You can think of Women in STEM Week was the second event that we conducted, Women in STEM Week. So it was a 1 week competition. What we did is, it's like, um, people feel that to become a scientist you should be somebody very great, like somebody very great, but it's nothing like that. People from your community, women from your community are also doing good things. So I wanted to feature women from our community who are really doing good in their fields. I wanted to share their story on our SPIFB page so that people read those things and they get inspired. So this was the reason behind this event. So Women in STEM Week, here we featured the girl from our chapter and from our community who are doing good in their field as in STEM field, and then we shared their story, their struggles, like what were the challenges that they faced, and how they solved those issues. So that then Women Scientist series is wherein we featured famous women scientists, like actual women scientists and their stories. Then elocution competition is one wherein they had to share a 5 minutes video about equity, diversity, and inclusion. A 5 minutes video, and they had to submit the 5 minute video to us. And then we have a very interesting event. It is called Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Weekend, EDI Weekend. Now, if you check the SPI main website, they have equity, diversity, inclusion resources available. In that, many articles are there about equity, diversity, and inclusion. So we know it because we are a part of SPI and OSA community. Normal people don't know about it. So what we do is we read those articles and we recommend those articles every weekend. Why weekend? Because on weekend people are free. So those articles we recommend on our SPI FB page on weekend. So it is called as EDI weekend, so that people, if they are interested in reading those articles, they can read it. Okay. So these are the various activities that we conducted. And then yeah, did I tell you what we did is all the activities, SPI chapter activities that we conducted under equity, diversity, and inclusion, we conducted it as a year-long event. Okay, and for that the program, like how yours is Ion, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it correctly, Ion Yakama, how do you pronounce? Okay, the way you all have named it. So that way we named it Tech Saheli. Tech means technology. Saheli means a friend who is a girl. Okay, in our language. So Tech Saheli. So under that Tech Saheli, all the events we organized of equity, diversity, and inclusion. So if you all see Tech Saheli on that banner, then you all should know that it is for equity, diversity, and inclusion grant that we have got of SPI. It is under that. So, and what are the future ideas, that also I'm sharing with you all, so that you all can also do that. We have not implemented it as of now, but I'm sharing it with you all. So what are the future plans is, we are planning to conduct outreach activities not only for school children, we want to conduct it even for underprivileged, or orphans. Like we will need to take special permission for that. We will try for that, but we want to focus on underprivileged children also. Like in my case, what happened in PhD, I got to know. So we obviously do outreach for school children, but we should not forget the people who really need it as well, like orphans and underprivileged children. So that is what we are thinking of. And then comes, okay, so this is all about the outreach that I have tried to tell. like I can tell lots, but I know the time is limited. So how much ever I could tell, I'm trying to make it compact and I'm telling. Then research. Okay, so research is also an important factor while they select SPI women in optics. So most important question that I get when I give a talk on research is they ask that how to choose your research topic, how to write research, like how to know what research topic is best, and research proposal, what type research proposal is good, like these type questions I get. I want to tell you all, I'll give you a simple example. Like if you are in a group of people, like Jonathan might find Esteban a very nice person. He may feel Esteban is a very good person and he's my best friend, but I might feel that he's a very irritating person and I just don't want to talk to him. Okay, same is about research. It's like when you take research, like PhD, 5 years you have to spend on that topic. So don't think that just because my senior took a topic, I'll also take and I'll do good in that. No, the way I gave you an example, same is with research. One topic may be very easy for somebody. Like my passion is biomedical. I love biomedical. You wake me up at 3 a.m. and you tell me to read research papers of biomedical, I'll happily read. You wake me up even at 8 a.m. and you tell me to read papers on, say, antenna design, I'll be like, don't give me. That's not my cup of tea. So same is about research. You should know what is your passion. If you are interested in a particular field, make it your research area. I'm telling you, you'll become successful. So how to choose a good research area is, do not see what your seniors are doing or what your friends are doing, or it may so happen that your favorite teacher might be guiding a research topic or a research area. Don't go in that research area just because your guy that teacher is your favorite teacher. See what you are passionate about. Like how I just told that I'm passionate about biomedical engineering, somebody might be passionate about antenna design, somebody might be interested on lasers. So it depends. So you should know, like now we all are in STEM field. By now you all should know that at least some, like I will tell you, biomedical. Now I did my BE, like my bachelor's, master's in electronics. Biomedical was an optional subject for me. It was not even a main subject, like optional, that too in my master's. So people used to not even take that subject because it's a theoretical subject sometimes and you cannot score much. So I had taken that subject and I realized I like that subject. So that one subject changed my life. I did my research in masters on that subject. PhD I'm doing on biomedical. I wrote my research papers on biomedical. I got awards also because of my research. Brazil I went because of my research. So see, one decision can change our life. Huh? So that's why I'm telling you, research, your research topic is very important. Choose it wisely. After 2 years, don't say that I chose wrong topic, then it's too late. Don't waste your time. It's like think properly. You can spend weeks thinking that, okay, what? It's better to spend 2 weeks or 3 weeks pondering over your research passion than wasting 1 to 2 years and then realizing you didn't understand anything. So that is the reason why. And then I will just explain about my research in like I'll just give a brief overview of my research just so that to develop an interest, like so that you all get to know what it is. Because I'm saying research, I'll tell you all what I'm doing as my research. So Yeah, so for better understanding, actually, I have just put in some interesting slides. And 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so this is my topic that I'm working on, that is infrared thermography and artificial intelligence based human respiration monitoring. That's me and my guide. I'm Preeti Jagdev. My guide is Dr. Lalat Indugiri. So, one second. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Okay, till that slide takes time to get changed, I'll start talking about it. Okay, so infrared, I don't know why it's not getting changed. 1 second. Are you all able to see my screen, Jonathan?
Yes. No,
Okay.
it's like.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
thank God it changed. Yeah, so the topic is infrared thermography and artificial intelligence based human respiration monitoring. I don't know how many of you all know about infrared thermography. I think everybody knows about artificial intelligence now. So respiration rate now, because of COVID, though it has become very famous, respiration monitoring and all. So basically respiration rate, what should I tell you all? Everybody knows respiration is you inhale, exhale, and the number of times you breathe in 1 minute is called as respiration rate. So what happens is whenever you go to the hospitals, the doctors, what they see, they check your blood pressure and they check your respiration rate. Okay, so there are certain challenges existing with the respiratory measurement. So what happens is, now I will tell you in a general like layman language. Now see, uh, suppose you are sitting in a place and there are so many things attached to you. For 1 hour, 2 hour you can sit. Imagine sitting that way or sleeping that way with needles and all for just 1 or 2 days. So that's what happens in the hospital. If you go to visit somebody, some patient you go to visit in the hospital, you will notice there are so many devices, electrodes attached to the patient's body. And that is what happened to me. I had gone to visit one of my friend in the hospital, meaning friend's baby, and that baby was a premature neonate. Okay, so that is the time I started thinking that we can at least talk. If we get irritated, we can shout. What about the babies? And don't the electrodes, like don't the devices irritate them? And their skin is so fragile. So I felt that phone, from like first the phones had wires. Later what happened? Now we have cell phones, wireless. So I started thinking, why can't respiration be measured in a non-contact way, contactless manner, like no devices attached, no electrodes attached, nothing, contactless. So I started researching on that, and then I came across this technology called infrared thermography. Like there are many things why I felt that it may be useful. Like this is one reason. And imagine a person has skin infection, or somebody's skin is burnt. It is so painful to attach electrodes, like burnt skin. And also like see, if the patient is moving and the device get dislodged, then what will happen? The readings might be inaccurate. uh, so, and also now see, now the very important, obviously when I thought of this research that time, this COVID was not there, but now it has become so important because of COVID. Contactless monitoring is the best, because you all know how fast the COVID infection spreads. So infrared thermography, I will tell you what exactly is infrared thermography. Like every object, every object which has temperature about absolute zero, we all emit heat. Like all these objects emit heat radiations. So these heat radiations, like now see, our phone camera is there. Now when I click your photo in visual domain it is. So I can see your photo. But that heat which we radiate, that we cannot see using normal camera. So for that we require thermal camera. Understood? So this is a sample thermogram. Can you see this moving on the screen? Okay, so this is a thermogram, and now see, this is my thermogram actually. And blue means cold. Okay, blue means now see, this is showing my temperature distribution to y'all. Blue means cool. My hair is cold, blue, and my skin is red and yellow, so it is hot. Understood? So we acquired data in National Institute of Technology. So we have a FLIR camera. So this software that I use, this is called FLIR software. Okay, so if you want to visualize data using thermal camera, then you require FLIR software. It's very costly, thermal camera. So we acquired, and these are the specifications of the camera. And this is a data acquisition schematic that I just put to, so this is the camera, the person is sitting, and on the flow software, the thermogram can be seen. Now the question is, how did I think of using it to monitor respiration rate? Now, if you place your hand on your nose and breathe, you will see, like see, I'm inhaling, that time here you will feel cold. And when I exhale, you will feel hot. So what is the working principle of thermal camera? It detects the heat radiations. So if you see in the left image, the person is inhaling. So inside the nostrils, it's blue. Okay, because the temperature is cold. And when that person is exhaling in the right, you will see that it's become orange. That is hot temperature. So this is the breath. Understood? The person is breathing. So what I did is, I plotted this change in temperature across the nostrils with respect to time. And this is the breathing signal that I got. So this is the breathing signal of that person. And then I noticed that it was noisy. So I used filters. I don't know whether I have put filtered signals. Okay, so I filtered the signal and I removed the noise. So then it's like I explored many digital filters, to see, and then I found that Butterworth filter is the best filter. Like out of the many filters that I tried, Butterworth filter worked the best. And then there was one challenge. Okay, so now this FLIR software, what happens is, now like see, here the region of interest is my nose. Okay, so what happens, you can see from this image is that now see, this is the region of interest, that is the nose. Now on FLIR software, this nose is selected. Now if I move here, the ROI remains here only. So if I want to check the temperature variation across my nostrils, what should happen? Even the ROI should move with my nose, right? Because now see, if I want to implement it in the hospital, what will happen? I can't expect the patient to be continuously facing the camera. He'll obviously move, he will have motion. So this was one drawback, that the ROI of the software remains there only, like this way it remains. It's not getting tracked automatically. So this was one drawback. So we are working on many algorithms, okay, to do what? To track the nostrils in an automated manner. I have that video, I'll just show. So this PPT gets over here. So I'll try to show the video to you. 1 second. That is, if at all I find the video. Okay. Okay, I don't know. It's okay, but okay, so that is the aim actually. That I hope you all understood the working principle. That the drawback was that the ROI was just remaining there. This is the actually this is the key area where the research is being done. Like they are designing different types of algorithms, like one better than the other, and then they are comparing to see in real time. So my aim is also that in real time it should be able to track. So that was one research was done, and then in filtering. And also one more thing is, the last thing what I did is I used machine learning to so this was something that nobody had done in my area, and I did it. It's like as far as I know, okay, I don't want to make overstatements. It's like as far as I know, based on the literature survey, what I saw is people had not worked in this area. So I collected the breathing signals, and then based on the breathing signals, I determined using artificial intelligence whether the person has regular breathing, or tachypnea, that is fast breathing, or bradypnea, that is slow breathing. Okay, so this is what is my research all about. This is a brief overview, and then you can go deeper and deeper into it. So I just want to say one thing to you all. Okay, it's very useful. That's why I'm telling you all that always remember one thing in life. Okay, in life, when you are chasing success, you always want to fly and go towards success. Like you all want to reach very fast. So good, it's good to fly, but all the days are not same. Sometimes you all might realize that you are too tired, or you are too depressed, or the things are not working in your way, and you're not able to fly towards success. So this is not my quote, it is by Martin Luther King, and I'm just telling it to you all in my own words. So if you can't fly, then run towards success. Sometimes you might think you have become so weak that you can't even run. So if you cannot run on that day, just walk towards success. Okay, and then if you feel that I can't even walk, then crawl. Okay, but the main thing is, whatever you do, whether you fly or run or walk or crawl, just keep moving forward. Understood? Keep moving forward. Once you have taken that step forward, do not come back. How much ever tired you are, if you think you cannot fly, you cannot run, you cannot walk, you cannot crawl, keep moving forward. At least crawl. Crawling anybody can do. At least little. Every day should work. That is the thing. I'm not telling you to literally fly or walk. What I'm saying is, sometimes you all might be, too enthusiastic. You all might end up reading 30 research papers in one day. Sometimes you all might be too tired. You all might just read one research paper. But read. This is just one example. Understood? So actually, even I was just speaking to Jonathan. So actually, even I'm not keeping up well these days. I'm not well, but I was really excited to talk to all of you all and meet you all. And I also, it's like presently I'm crawling, even if I'm not flying. But I really hope that I could tell whatever I wanted to tell you all in this time span. And I really hope you all didn't get bored. And I hope that it was useful for you all. You all can take my email address also from them. So if you all want to ask anything, like you all can ask. And now also obviously you can interact. And also I have an official Instagram. I'm not promoting it. I'm just telling that I have an official account. Why? Just for this STEM promotion. Like if people want to interact or ask, so for that the handle is there. It is Preeti Jagdev official. So if you all want to, collaborate or talk, so that handle is open, Preeti Jagdev official. And now, if you all have any questions or if you all want to interact, anything, yeah, you all can.
Thank you very much, Pretty, for your presentation. There were very important facts and inspiration for many women in science and STEM in general. You have a very boundary breaking career.
Thank you.
Now you're invited people to write down your questions. You can write them in English or Spanish. So leave your questions in the Q&A section so then we can solve them. And we have actually a few questions.
Yes.
Jonathan, I cannot hear you. Sorry.
Sorry, I was silent. Okay, the first question is, are the current political conditions in your country a threat to gender equality?
Not at all. As I already told that the place where I come from, Goa and India, they support women a lot. Meaning, I'm not saying only women. It's like they support. Uh, it's like if you deserve it, you will get it. If you are a deserving candidate, you will get it. I have personally never faced, and I will tell you, conditions in my country are very good. I'm really fortunate to be an Indian. I'm a proud Indian, and it's not a biased opinion. As an honest person, I'm telling you that I'm a proud Indian, and I'm very happy to be in this safe place where I feel very safe. And here we have very good this no problem.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, second question. How do you think you have impact opinion around your regarding women in science?
Okay, so this question I should not answer. This people should answer because how can I only answer about myself? So, but I can just tell you about a small incident. Okay, so there was one. Okay, first I'll tell you I have an Instagram handle, and on that also I get messages wherein girls message me saying that like I don't know those girls, they are my followers, and then they ask me questions about career guidance and all, and then they tell me that looking at your journey, like now see, whenever I give a talk somewhere and all, I immediately post it on my handle, not because I want to show off. I want to show people that see, this is my journey and these are the opportunities that I'm getting. Y'all can also, if I can get, even y'all can get. Now, see, I gave a talk here. I'll be putting it on my Instagram. Why? Because I want people to know about this chapter, about OSA. People who follow me will get to know about a chapter, about my work. This is how I'm promoting STEM. Okay, and I had just gone to give a talk somewhere, and there you won't believe me. What happened is after my talk got over, 5 to 6 girls came to me. They took my autograph. That was the first time that I gave an autograph. And then two of those girls told me, they were young school girls, and they told me that, you know what we want to become when we grow up? A scientist. So this was like, I mean, I don't know, it really touched my heart. Like, oh my God, like, okay. So now they're kids. They literally said it to me. I got emotional. So these are the incidents. So I don't know, people, like now I gave a talk to y'all. I don't know how far I have inspired y'all, so I can't answer this question in a detailed manner actually. But I just thought of sharing this with y'all. Yeah. And any more questions?
The next question is, why do thermal images images only show people's faces and not the air they breathe.
Okay, so actually the technique that I'm using is passive thermography. So there are many techniques. So with passive thermography, we can see only the change in temperature. That's the most primary technique. Now with active thermography, what happens like for breast cancer detection and for tumor detection, which is inside the skin and all, for that they use active thermography. So with that they can see inside. I'm not sure whether that air we can see with active thermography. I doubt. But as far as I know, there are certain, meaning I think I had come across a research article wherein they had used one type of filter or something. I don't know, one device was there. And then they could see the CO2 that was being exhaled. Okay, so that one thing is there. So it is possible. I do not know in detail because I did not include it in my research, but this is what I know, that with active thermography you can do higher level detection. And I think for this air, this like I remember long back reading such article. So
Okay.
yeah.
Any other question?
Pretty, how far do you think this technology that you are proposing is away from hospitals as a product?
I sorry.
I
How?
mean, you're proposing a technology
Yeah, yeah.
in your research.
Ha ha ha.
How far do you think this is from a service or a solution
Okay.
ready?
I think not very far, because you know what? I just saw some Instagram pages wherein for some body checkup, like how we do X-ray, MRI, right? That way, in some labs now, thermography is also being used. So now this software which I am using, like they are not using it for respiration measurement, they are using it for breast cancer. Like that is the most common application. So or full body checkup and all. So this is some other technology, I mean other application that I'm using. Thermography has many applications, so this is the application that I am working on. So I feel if once the project is complete and I test it on a very larger scale, then I think it should be good enough. That is my assumption. I don't know, meaning let's see, time will tell.
I think this is too expensive to massificate.
Yeah, thermal cameras are expensive, no doubt about it. But you know what? In hospitals, no, most of the devices, like there are so many devices that are use and throw. So over time, that use and throw price adds up. This is what only once you buy and then done. Then you can keep using it. So that way, if you think, then it's not really expensive.
Okay. Someone in the chat see want to tell you congratulations Pretty for your presentation and motivation for inclusion activities. Much needed in the world to make the change.
Thank you. Thank you for your sweet words.
Okay. Entonces,
Well, now we have our social media. Let us share also. We also want to share our social media. We have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and a YouTube page channel. So you can follow us. We will be updating this talk, and there you will find the last talks also, following talks. Instagram, you can find us as also usage, always say usage. We are sharing always our activities. Yeah, you can follow, you can watch our Ions Jacana web. We want to host Jacana and Ions.
So, Pretty, we want
Yes.
to thank you again for your time and your guidance on the subject. And thank you very much for participating in the Yacana seminar cycle and your willingness to teaching us too.
And I'm also very thankful to y'all for giving me this wonderful platform to interact with y'all. And it was an amazing experience talking to y'all.
Thank you very
So
much.
thank you. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
We
So
appreciate the participation also for all of those who joined us this morning
yes.
in this early group. So follow us on our social media. You will find their future activities too.
Yes. And the next talk is given by physical engineering Natalia Gajardo. We don't get the title yet, but it's about projects in
The project development.
eso. Yes, this. So thank you again to everyone, and we will see soon in our future activities.
Thank you, Pretty, for being with us.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Bye bye. Good day. Good
Bye.
day. Yeah.
Bye. Well.